guns right now. You
Top
can't do
five.
it.
Definitely no one cares about that.
Top five reasons to get R graders.
One, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Two, it's
that's
not a full price game right now.
your your bit's not funny.
That's why it's not my top
It's
five.
it's not. I mean, it's not full price in terms of like it's a $60 or $70 game. Like it's $40. It's always
Exactly. That's another
it's
reason to
always
get it.
it's
It's
always
not
been
a
$40.
it's not a full price game.
You're not a full price game.
You got me there. You got me there. If you were a game, how much would you sell for? Tyba would be always be on the discount.
Fight the man, dude. I would, let's go $30
Just get lower and lower.
A
and
little
make
much.
it make it simple but good enough that everybody wants it.
Ty Bob would be a straight $70 game with in-game currency that you have to buy.
I'm free with in-game currency. I'm not
But you can't
2K.
win. You can't win unless you have in-game currency.
That's right. That's right. I'm a pay to win. Sean is a small indie game that goes for like $4 in the game store, but nobody buys it.
It's usually discounted like 98%, usually given it to you for less than $1. If you have one of the game passes, you get it for free.
You
Good
guys
video game talk, guys. Yeah.
it's great video game talk. Thanks, Tybo. Appreciate you smoking instead of pitching in. Appreciate you.
I mean, it's you guys could have continued that conversation
There was
It
nowhere
was
for us
it
to
was
go
a
with
dead
that.
it was a dead conversation. I'm glad
You
we're
started
having
it
it.
off with
so
top
what
five reasons why somebody should get the game, and you just stopped. What do
our
you want us to do
greatest
with that?
our greatest is dope, man.
Everybody's on it right now.
Everybody's on it. I think it's gonna
No, more
last.
reason to get it. Just like every other game that you said is going to last.
What
I mean,
what
every game has a shelf life.
I thought
I
that about Fortnite, but look at it now. It's bigger than ever.
Is it?
I mean, have you seen all the shit they're adding to it?
Does that adding things means it's big?
Well, they have one of the biggest player bases amongst any game currently, if not the
Do they?
biggest.
I haven't looked.
I mean, I
I
think
felt it. I thought it died off.
Fortnite reached young kids pretty easily. So
That's
like
fair.
And it's free.
my younger like 6-year-old cousin wants to play it already. So they're getting they're getting a console for Christmas. So
Start them young.
If you're listening to this podcast, don't listen to that part, kids. You're not getting a console for
she
Christmas.
doesn't she doesn't listen to she doesn't listen. She's getting like an old gen ones, just so she can like access the internet, like the games. She's not
I
getting
hope
she's not
she's not
yeah
accessing the
she's not
internet.
well she's not getting like a brand new
She's getting like an old gen console just to be able to play
yeah
Fortnite.
just to be able to play Fortnite.
No good updates or anything.
It's gonna break so fast.
No, it won't.
He has faith.
Sean still
The
works. Sean brought his PS4 over here.
Yeah, I'm not bringing my PS5 over there.
I didn't say you were. I'm just saying your PS4 still works, right?
Not very well.
We what? It worked just
What?
fine.
Oh, it was
Other
more the
than the
controllers, yeah.
other than the controller that you
Still almost whooped your ass too.
whatever.
Speaking of whooping asses, did you guys see anything from the Jags Titans game? Sean loves to be on Team Jagoff.
Surprisingly, did not watch a single bit of this game at all this weekend. This was
It was
not
a
on my
bad game.
radar.
The first half was
Yeah.
actually pretty good. I should recant that. The first half was really good. It was a very close game. I think 7-3 going into halftime. But at some point in the game, the Jaguars punter had threatened to kill a Titans player.
Well,
That's the turnaround switch right there.
That was the turnaround switch. I don't know what happened, but apparently the Jags punter just walked up to I'm assuming one of the shooters on the Titans special team and decided to say, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you."
And
well,
he's not suspended for it?
I'd
It's
believe
only
the punter.
it's only Monday. It's only Monday. So Tuesday
Monday,
is when they do the suspensions.
Tuesday.
We'll have to check back later in the next show to see if he's actually suspended or not, because didn't somebody else try doing that this year or something similar to that?
I don't recall.
I feel like this isn't the first time we've heard this.
I feel like it's probably said often, but you would have
Why
to
doesn't it?
assume that you would
Why
have
does it
to
have to
assume
resort to that?
it's a violent game, dude.
It should be a
Would
gentleman's game.
This isn't cricket.
That's You're right. It's not cricket. Good job. You have deduced that football is not cricket.
Can't just sit around and have tea and crumpets in the middle of the game.
Next experiment will be looking at a soccer game to see if it is also not cricket. Do you mean like croquet? You can't
No,
have
Well, are
he's
you?
you can't have tea and crumpets in the middle of cricket.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
You just sit in the outfield. A little tea, a little crumpet.
this man's never watched cricket in his life.
Oh, I've definitely watched cricket. It's awful. We'll
He
never
doesn't know
do it again.
ball
We'll never do it again. Horrible game. Incredibly boring.
because it can last for up to 3 days.
I mean, I think there are elements that are like more interesting than baseball.
Like,
I mean,
You hit until you get out. That's
well,
pretty
there's a
cool.
certain number of pitches.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you keep
balls.
hitting until you.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. Get their vernacular
What
right.
can you please list off anything that's more exciting?
Today, Junior. Then what?
You can hit it literally anywhere on the field. It's a 360 field. You can do that in baseball? No, you can't. There's
I
lines
didn't
in
say it.
baseball.
I
You were
didn't say
going
it.
to. You were
I mean,
really thinking about it.
technically you can.
In play,
There you go.
you can't.
I don't see how that
You
makes it
simply
more
can't.
exciting. It's not like baseball's an exciting game, but
Did you not watch the World Series this year? That was one of the most exciting World Series of all time.
I watched the final 3 innings, which also included the extra inning.
And were you not enthralled with what you saw on TV there?
It was fine. It's baseball.
It was
Pretty
fine.
exciting baseball. For baseball, at least. Anyways, that's enough talk of that.
You're
We
gonna
need to
you're
get
gonna
out
let you're
of.
gonna let just Sean answer for you, Tybo?
I was trying to get out of this cockamamie talk we're doing with cricket and baseball. Why are we doing that? This is not a baseball cricket podcast, is it?
Could
It's
be.
not. He's right.
Let's go back to football. It's a football podcast, is it not?
Sean has a good point, Ty Bob. Look at him speaking up.
And that's why I don't talk on the show. Welcome back to Just the Tips.
Come on.
Back
Yay!
to Just the Tips.
Yeah.
It was an interesting week. I had some good and some bad, but not as many bad as you think I would have. So here we go. Start him off
Not
with
as many
Sam
bad.
Darnold versus the Vikings. He got hurt in this
Sam
game at some
Darnold.
point. Did come back and play some more, but he only got you 3 points this week.
Wow.
That one's on me. Hand up. Expect more in the revenge game. Did not get more.
Hand up.
My
Running
bad.
back here. RJ Harvey against the Commanders came away with 21.2 fantasy points for him.
Man. There you go.
Good start for a running back right there.
There you go.
Xavier Worthy, not as big as you wanted a game from him. Came away with 11.4 points. Still got you double digits, but not what you wanted. Could have salvaged some of you, but probably didn't. Still double digit points though. Dalton Schultz against the Colts, 12.5 points. For a tight end, that's exactly what you want right there.
Schultz against the Colts.
12.5.
12.
And onto the sit-ems here. Caleb Williams against the Eagles. He's been one of the highest scoring fantasy quarterbacks this year. Came away with 9.3 points for you.
That was a good sit. That was a good sit.
Not such a good sit here. Javonte Williams against the Chiefs, 17 points. If you did not catch that one touchdown pass, wouldn't have had as much of an impact in fantasy for you, but he did. Here we are, 17 points. Justin Jefferson, his quarterback threw more completions to the other team than they did to him. Came away with 2.4 points. Who could have seen this coming?
Justin Jefferson, unstartable.
Literally walked out of the locker room, didn't talk to reporters after the game. He is pissed.
My worst league this year. I like my two starting wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and Khalil Shakir. Where I'm at in the season right now, and I mean that was single digits between the two of them this week. So
not what you want.
Justin Jefferson, Khalil Shakir, and DJ Moore. So
ugly. And finishing it out here, tight end Tyler Warren against the Texans came away with 11.2 points. Not what you want to see from the sit-em tight end, but he had less than the start-em tight end, so that's all that matters. And that was just the tips.
That's really mid.
Incredibly average.
That sounds like it's a C grade to me.
I was going to say C minus.
Typo.
Yeah.
Let me compete for the record.
I'll give you another week.
All right. Start them next week. Bryce Young and the Panthers and all the Giants players as well.
I was just a week early, dude.
Not the worst, just the tips, but next one's gonna be way more important. Week 14,
we're getting into playoff time.
Yeah, next week is the last regular season matchup.
So you only had one bad call on each side, right?
Yeah, basically. one horrendous call on each side.
Yeah,
could have been much worse.
Could have been.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, some leagues are starting playoffs next week. They like to end a little bit early, save a little face from week 17 just in case.
We just recently switched out from one of our leagues from week 14 to being the start of playoffs and having 2 weeks for the semifinals and finals to starting it in week 15. First two teams get a bye and 1 week playoffs. So pretty exciting times. Not for everybody. Still gonna hopefully make the playoffs. Still gonna hopefully make the playoffs in both leagues, but we'll see.
It's a tight race in our ESPN league.
And it's going to probably come down to Tabo or I for the last spot. Could.
If we have the same record, it would go to you because you have
obviously
points for
it. But you're fighting for it at least.
I have snuck by to 6 and 7. Thank you very much. I mean, the team was great, dude. Like I said, I'll say this on air, dude. Like going into the season, I had Neighbors, Pickens, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Terry McLaurin on my team. That should be lethal, man. That should
on
be
paper.
Two of those would do well for you
right now. But I mean, Amon-Ra just got hurt. He put up a big fat 0 in this week, so lost this game. So 6 and 7, man. 6 and 7.
6 and 7. How you're feeling is probably how the Browns are feeling. For my game to watch this week, the 49ers, as we all could have predicted, walked away with a big old win, 26-8. I'll say this, as much as I've shit on Shedeur, he looked really good in that first drive. And he honestly didn't look horrible. He didn't look bad. But it is the Browns, right? The Browns offense.
You got to remember, he's also going up against the 49ers defense, and Bob Salah has got that defense playing to be one of the top defenses in the league right now, too.
Listen, the Niners are in the playoffs. They're one win away from being what the winner or leading the division. They're one loss away from missing the playoffs entirely. Um, they've got a bye week coming up, so some things could shift around for them as well. It's an incredibly weird position that the NFC and AFC are in this year, compared to the last few years. Um, that's a tough defense to go against, and they're going to get a break. They've got the Titans coming up. They've got a really weak game in the final week of the season. You're going to get what could be two potential really good games from Shedeur in that Browns offense, and you could have what the remainder of 5 or 6 games, however many are left, that could go really bad. You just don't know what you're going to get because he's surrounded by nothing. Of course, any quarterback who's been there outside of Baker Mayfield has been surrounded, and even him, you could say, coaching wise, he was surrounded with nothing. So it's a bad situation. Maybe if he ever gets the chance to leave the Browns, would Shedeur Sanders be exciting or be a good quarterback in this league? It's definitely not going to be in Cleveland where he's going to be a good quarterback. No matter what. We know the nasty man is probably coming back next season. Um, at least as the starter, until he tears his Achilles for a third season in a row. We can only hope as much. Um, but honestly, from what I saw from Shedeur, not as bad as I was expecting going into this game. I think he was 11 for 18. At one point, I think he was 11 for 14 or 11 for 15. Played pretty
He
well.
had
He had a
the lead for a
quarterback rating
moment
at one
too.
point of like 120. He finished at like 95 or 97. That's pretty solid. He just doesn't have a lot to play with, but that is the situation that he's in, which is not unlike any other quarterback that's gone in there.
But
Um,
he's done more with what he's been given than some other quarterbacks have so far, especially Dylan Gabriel.
I, Absolutely. Nobody's also said that Dylan Gabriel's at, well, I shouldn't say nobody said that. There's been some fans out there that are delusional that have said Dylan Gabriel is a good quarterback. Didn't think he was very good in college. I watched him at Oklahoma for far too long. But any quarterback you put in that Brown situation is just not going to perform. And I'll take back some of the criticisms that I gave Shedeur. I didn't think he was a good quarterback in college, but in this game, he's proven to me that he is better than what I have seen. Though I don't
He's
know how
better
good that
than.
better is.
He's better than
What I have seen
Dylan Gabriel.
better than JJ McCarthy.
He's better than Dylan Gabriel.
He's a lot better than JJ. Come on now.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting to see what he can do, and then
Wait
against the
for a
Titans
whole
next,
off season, man. Wait for a whole off season.
It's gonna be
just for the
dangerous.
nasty man to
Trade
come
him,
in
Dangerous.
trade
and
him somewhere
play.
else. Don't let. I mean, come on.
Get
We
a
don't
fifth
need
round
to.
pick back for him.
If
Come
they're
on.
if they're really gonna stick with Deshaun Watson, like let him play somewhere else. There's teams that could use a quarterback.
Definitely team, but they're not going to get rid of him. He's on a rookie contract. He's shown what he can do, but you can't have Deshaun Watson come in and not play him with the money that you've wrapped up in him. That's just not going to happen.
Whatever.
I don't
Szechuan.
like it as much as you. I don't like it either. I don't think anybody wants Deshaun Watson to come in. That's just the nature of the beast when you pay somebody two
Jimmy
hundred and
Jimmy
thirty million
Haslam
dollars
does.
guaranteed.
Jimmy Haslam definitely wants him to come in.
Well,
Come on now.
I
he
mean,
wants him to
at
come
the
in and be
at the end of the
good.
day, you're trying to win football games, man. You're trying to win football games.
Do you think Kevin Stefanski sticks around next year? Or do you think this is it for Stefanski and the
I
Browns?
mean,
I for some reason I don't see the Browns firing him, and I don't
the
see him
Browns.
willingly leaving a head coaching job unless there's another one opening up, and they're not going to just Browns aren't going to let him go interview for that. They're going to
I'd be
eventually fire him, but he needs to get out of there.
He does need to get out of there. I don't know. I, at this point, I'd kind of be surprised if the Browns decided to keep him this offseason. I don't think there's very many coaches in the carousel for them to go after. I don't know of any that would willingly take it that are good coaches.
He has an amazing defense, and he's on his third quarterback of the year. He's won Coach of the Year for the Browns. So he's gonna be fine.
I get it. I get it. He is a good coach.
They kept
Just
fucking what's his name for way too long. What was it? Jackson?
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. They kept him for way too long after a non-winning season at all, no wins in the season, and won 2 games the next year. They kept him for both of that. They're not going to get rid of Kevin that easily.
They're also trying to get money from the city for a new stadium, and you need a winner in order to do that. You need to be able to put together some wins. Somebody's head's going to have to roll in order for them to do that. At least
Not this
to
offseason.
attempt.
Not this offseason. I don't see that happening for him. They're going to bring in a new coach and be like, hey, you got Deshaun Watson with you. Make something out of this. They're doing the same thing over and over again. They're going to have another losing season if they bring somebody else in. Have somebody that's been there for a little bit and can possibly win you some games and maybe Coach of the Year again.
I think they'll have a losing season regardless. It's the Browns.
I don't know, man. It's a full offseason with Shedeur if he gets a starting job over Deshaun. That's dangerous.
Full offseason, baby.
Maybe if their wide receiver one isn't Jerry Jeudy.
That could be switched up. They're gonna have
get better in the draft. Make some trades. I mean, it's not never. It's never. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm saying.
Whoa!
In the Brown situations, it's not coaching. Like it's organizational. It's top down, but it's not coaching. Right? We know. Everybody knows Stefanski's. Like you give him good players, he can put together a team. But
he could be Coach of the Year.
Could be.
All right, let's get off this game. This is too much Brown talk for us again. We're back onto the cricket soccer stuff again.
Ty Bob picked it to watch, so he had to talk about it.
Not that much.
Idiot.
First game of the week for me. Bears versus Eagles, Black Friday game. Bears 24, Eagles 15. The Bears completely ran it all over the Eagles defense. The defensive line for the Eagles was non-existent in this game, as well as their offense too. Kevin Patullo is a terrible offensive coordinator. Seems like they're following a trend so far. They have a great offensive coordinator hired from outside the organization, a la Shane Steichen a few years back. They get rid of him. They hire somebody in-house, end up going to shit for that year on offense. What do? They go out and hire somebody outside of the organization. They hired, why am I drawing a blank on his name? Last offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. They hire him outside of the organization. What happens? They win a Super Bowl. They have one of the best offenses in the league last year. He leaves for a head coaching job. They hire from within the organization for Kevin Patullo. Their team goes to shit. You can't trust a Nick Sirianni guy to be your offensive coordinator. That's a given now. We've seen it happen twice, and their offense.
The Nick Sirianni tree is poo-poo.
Straight doo-doo. Straight doo-doo. The biggest problem was the Eagles' defensive line could not do a single thing in this game. You're telling me who won this draft off of last game only? What is his name? Deshaun Wright? Is that his name? The tackle for the Bears?
I think so.
Maybe.
Would you rather have him or Jalen Carter? You have a 1-game sample size this past game, Bears-Eagles. Who would you have? Who would you pick?
I mean, I'm still taking.
Did Ryan Pace do it, or did Ryan Pace do it?
He got himself a very good piece. I'm still taking Carter.
We're doing a 1-game sample size here, though. We're not going over career. We're going to this past game. Who performed better?
Everybody for the Bears performed better. Everybody.
Jalen Carter at all?
A lot, and he did. I gotta find his name now.
Everybody for the Bears performed better than the Eagles, outside of AJ Brown.
Darnell Wright.
And what
outside of AJ Brown, everybody.
Look what happens with AJ. Give me the ball more, and guess what? We're gonna win. No, if you get AJ Brown the ball more on the Eagles, they lose those games. Ever since they've been giving him the ball, force-feeding him the ball, what has happened? They lost the games. Saquon, he's non-existent. The record without
he has been all year.
That's what I'm saying. Lane Johnson, the record with and without Lane Johnson is terrible. but they still cannot run the football. The main piece they're missing from last year from their offensive line is what? Mookie Becton?
Okay.
That's the only guy that
Mackay.
left. Mackay Becton?
That's
Excuse
fine.
me. Sorry. Find me. I'm fine with that. That's the only person they lost is the right guard.
Mookie, brother was thinking of Mookie Betts. We were talking about baseball too long.
You can't do that to me, man. That's too much baseball for one podcast. Seriously, that's the only
Way
guy
too
they
much
really
baseball,
lose.
honestly, for us. We
The
don't
only
know
guy
shit
they
about
really
baseball.
lose is Mackay Becton, and they still can't perform anything. That's a right
Kai
guard.
Becton's really good. Let's
He
not.
is really
Let's.
good, but if you're that offensive line, you should be able to call plays to be able to run the ball a little bit instead of having Saquon have like what 20 carries for 60 some odd yards for the game.
I, I think. I think it goes back to coaching. I think it goes back to the organization. We sat here. They made 2 Super Bowls. The Eagles did. We sat here and we go, okay, this team is really good, but better yet, they had a better philosophy. They were able to run the ball and they didn't need to pass it, and they needed 9 yards and 4 downs. Because if they got to 1 yard, all they're going to do is tush push, and that's all they have to do. They barely punted because all they needed to do was get 9 yards on 3 downs, and then you can use your 4th down for a tush push, and it's automatic because they cheat. Like
Special shout
they
out.
can't.
It's not automatic this year because special shout out to Nashawn Wright going in on the side, stealing the ball from Jalen Hurts, causing a fumble. Love seeing stuff like that happen, especially for
And they
a guy
let it
like this.
stand? They let it stand? I can't believe it.
Especially for a guy like Nashawn Wright, he's
Forward
going to be like,
progress, guys. Forward progress has stopped wherever he's at that time.
The problem with the
as it should
Eagles this
be.
year is
Tush push, yeah.
they can't get 9 yards on 3 downs anymore. They can't do it, and
They
so
have to do it
they
on
inevitably
4.
they inevitably can't do the tush push on
They
fourth
can get
down.
9.
He can't
They
get the
can
ball.
get 9 yards on 3 downs.
It's not as often as they had been in the past, which is why they haven't been running the tush push
Because
as
Jalen
much
Hurts
this season.
sucks. They got
I
4 years left on his contract, and they're gonna regret that so much.
I mean, they
getting
got
getting paid
one.
a lot of money.
Philly's fine with getting one. Like they're usually
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't I
that's all they
don't
care
I don't
about.
think that's true. I don't think they're fine with only having one.
Well, they don't
They'll be
only
fine
have
with only
one.
having
They
one.
won one a little bit ago, but they're not trying to string back to backs. They're fine.
They got it. They're like, we're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Bears are for real though.
Bears
Number
are
Maybe.
number
for
one seed in the
real.
NFC.
Maybe.
Number one seed in the
The
NFC.
biggest turnaround in years' time for any team in the NFL, probably. Black Friday last year, they ended up firing their coach, Matt Eberflus. This year, they're now top of the division, leading that with Ben Johnson. Shout out Ben
Almost
Johnson.
at the top of the conference.
They're at the top of the conference now.
They're at the top. They're the number
They're
one
number
seed.
one. They're number one
They're
seed.
number one.
Yeah.
Shout out Ben
With
Johnson as well,
the
though. I don't know if you guys saw this. He took his shirt off after the game. There is a shop, hot dog stand. I don't know what it is exactly in Chicago, but they're giving out free hot dogs Tuesday because Ben Johnson took his shirt off after a game.
Look, that was a cool story. Look at the difference between Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, though. Like, such an awful spot at the Jets, man. Like, how'd you end up with that job? Like,
And he's putting some wins together. But
I
this goes
guess,
back to
but
this goes back to another point though. Who was the real alpha male in Detroit? Was it Ben Johnson or was it Dan Campbell?
I guess it was Ben
clearly Ben.
on offense.
It's
Dan don't
clearly
know what
Ben.
he's doing on that side of the ball.
He
I got a lot of flack last year for saying it's not Caleb Williams' fault. By the way, for how bad he was, saying Matt Eberflus was the issue. Now look at it. You actually got Caleb Williams, a coach, and what Sean? You said he was one of the leaders in fantasy points this year, which isn't necessarily an indicator.
Let's
It's
take it
not
easy, bud.
necessarily
Well,
an
hold up. Let's go back for a second. He was one of the top 10 fantasy quarterbacks last year as well, too. So
like I said, it's not necessarily an indicator, but of just true performance. But now they're putting the wins behind it, which means that they've had the talent there. They fixed up the offensive line with a lot of moves this offseason. You actually get a good coach in there. Caleb Williams always had the talent. He just needed a coach and some better moves. Ryan Poles finally made those moves too. He was almost on the way out.
he fixed that offensive line in 1 year. Good for him. That's hard to do.
We've got a race in the AFC South. The Colts might be on their way out, or at least they've dropped out of winning the division. They just lost this week to the Texans 2016. Danny Dimes has a fractured leg, played on it, didn't play very well. They haven't played well in the last couple of weeks, losing to the Chiefs, and then turning around and losing to the Texans. It's not a good look there. Jonathan Taylor did have a decent enough game, but nothing like he's had so far this season up to this point. Texans, I really don't know if they're for real. I mean, they've got what a barely over 500 record. CJ Stroud coming back after they won 3 games in a row without him.
with Davis
They
Mills.
clearly Davis Mills. They clearly have a fantastic defense, number one defense in the entire NFL. If they get continuous easy matchups like this, then I could see them making a run, most definitely. The Jags are sitting atop the AFC South, and I don't know honestly if the Colts win another game. They have one of the hardest remaining schedules.
I got it
I
pulled up
think
if you
they,
want to hear it. If you want to hear it real quick,
yeah, go ahead.
they have three AFC South games remaining. They play the Jaguars, the Seahawks, the Niners, the Jaguars, then the Texans.
They
So they
don't
could
even play the
easily
Titans.
no, they can easily fall out.
They could easily lose every single one of those games, especially if Daniel Jones' his leg is affecting him that much. Especially if at any point they have to bring in Anthony Richardson to be the starting quarterback. At any point, you can kiss those wins goodbye. Uh, I don't know if I see them winning another game.
I can see them winning one of the Jaguars games, but not both. That's about it, though.
They do have Jags in week 18.
No, they have Texans in week 18. They have the Jags in week 17.
I don't think they drop either one of those.
You
Well, hold
don't
up.
think they dropped them?
I don't think the Colts. I don't think the Jags drop either one of those. The Colts lose out.
The Jags could drop the week 17 one since that is in Indy, and the Colts almost always lose whenever they go to Jacksonville. So time will tell. That I think that division is going to come down to the final
Is
week, no matter
is
what.
Daniel Jones on a broken leg better than who they have behind him? Is
I
it still
mean,
Anthony
clearly
Richardson, I guess?
It's Anthony
yeah,
Richardson. Yeah.
clearly he is. He started his last game.
He played the
He got his
entire
injury
game.
during
They
the
Do
did
y'all
not bring.
think so, looking at what he put out there?
I
I
mean,
mean, 16 points against the league's best defense is not, it's actually not bad.
Okay. Uh, I mean, you're trying to be like the best team in the AFC, and you only scored 16 points in a game. But
Didn't the Texans beat the
for
Bills?
me, the storyline that's gonna like that is continuing through this game throughout the NFL this season is the terrible calls from the refs.
oh, that's gonna be highlighted so much in the playoffs.
The fourth quarter of this game was littered with just weird calls. Do you think that kick was good?
That was a weird one.
Do you
I
think that
I
kick was
think it's
good, bro?
I
I
think it's
don't.
an optical illusion. There has to have been an optical illusion. I've never seen referees get that all wrong. For standing directly underneath. It had to have been an optical illusion.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like for the viewer from the camera, there had to have been some sort of optical illusion where it looked like it was not good on camera, and they were able to see and that it was good on the field. Standing underneath the goalpost gives you the best direct look at it, but it's weird. It's definitely weird, Sean. I don't know.
Do you think they were just like not looking at it at all and were just like, oh yeah, I think that went in. Like, there's no
I
other way.
I
They
think it
have the
was
best view
good.
in the house.
I think it was good. I think it was good, and it was legitimately just an optical illusion that was weird to everybody who saw it
What?
on camera.
I don't know. What? Okay. Uh, and then the pass interference call that had CJ Stroud going, "Yeah, bro. Yeah."
Refs are bad. Refs are bad this season. What more can you say?
especially on pass interference calls. That is just littered everywhere in the league. They don't know what it is anymore. It is bad.
They're bad in the NFL. They're bad in college. Like it doesn't matter the level of what you're sitting at. Refs have been bad across the board, no matter where you're at, no matter the level this year.
It's sad. It's unfortunate. Like I don't we can talk about it every year, but there's so little that we can do about it, and it's annoying.
Unless you want to go fully automated.
I don't know how you really do that in the NFL.
I don't know how you do
It
that
has to be flag
outside
after
of
flag after
anything
flag.
but baseball. But exactly, I don't know how you could do it against anything except for baseball. That's the only one that you could fully automate. You can't do that across any other sport.
But the whole like, not a full-time employee, like not paying them X amount or whatever, like this is $1 billion machine and they like pay the players like the least amount of like all the sports.
And they make
Like
the most.
invest a little bit in your product, The refs shouldn't be the discussion after every game, every
You should want to
week.
have the best referees, so there's no discussion on what happened if it was down to the referees or not.
Right. Like I mean like set a standard, like learn the rule book and like train people to, you know, get it right.
Or
It's stupid.
I don't know, have the
It's a stupid problem to have. Like
very stupid problem to have.
it taints games. Like because
And we
the
can't
Colts
keep
the Colts very well could have won this game.
if we keep going into stuff like this on if this was the right call or not, and challenging it to New York or something like that, that's
CJ
just going to
Stroud
get
on a
messy
third
over and over again.
CJ Stroud on a 3rd and 15 is banking on a pass interference call. Like it's not good football, right? Like they don't win that game if they don't get that.
You right. You right.
I mean, it was kind of early in the fourth quarter, but
You still right.
it was a crucial moment because it led to a touchdown. Okay, my game of the week. Bills Steelers. Um, as much as Josh Allen is their guy, the MVP of this team, I think for most of his tenure at the Bills is James Cook.
Oh, by far.
Because if the Bills do em, implore or employ this strategy in the playoffs, just feed James Cook 30 times, you're gonna probably win the game. Offensive linemen love to run block. James Cook was feasting all day, and I know the Steelers are like a mid-level team in the AFC, but they have a decent defensive line. James Cook was eating all day. The Bills offense didn't even look good in the first half, but James Cook was still eating. He had a fumble. Josh Allen had a pick like first drive, and then second half was all James Cook.
I said it
The
early
Steelers,
on
the
in the
Steelers didn't score in the second half, so
I said it early
Aaron
on at the
Rodgers
beginning of
went
the
out,
season.
and there was no production out of that offense.
Come on, man.
Josh
He got a messed
Allen
up nose
and a broken wrist.
and a
Yeah.
broken wrist. Leave the old man alone.
I'm not saying anything negative against Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying when he came out of the game, there was no. It was 7-3 at halftime. The Steelers winning, and they didn't score any points in the second half. When Aaron Rodgers left the game, there was no production for that offense.
Well, he did come back in the game
They
and played
they
some
were
more.
did he? I mean,
Yeah.
He did.
regardless.
He played most of the third quarter, if not all of it.
Anyways, it was all James Cook. Who cares who played on the Steelers in the second half because it was all James Cook.
Like, I said it towards the beginning of the season after a couple of weeks, like that is the MVP of this team. I totally agree with you. I think Josh Allen has taken a massive step backwards this year. It obviously doesn't help him that he doesn't have any receiving weapons, but in
When
the
he doesn't
same
have anybody getting separation, like he's clearly not as good as Patrick Mahomes. Like he's not.
that's exactly where I was going to go. If in the same vein, if you are one of the best quarterbacks in the league, which undoubtedly he has shown that, and everybody agrees on that, if you're left with this depleted wide receiver core, you still have to figure it out.
Yeah.
We've seen others do it. Lamar Jackson, for as bad as we've talked about his passing ability in the past, still got it done when his number one receiver was Hollywood Brown, and that was all he had.
In the regular season.
We've also said the same thing about Patrick Mahomes, and look at that. He won two Super Bowls with his number one receiver being Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Is he even in the league anymore after leaving the Chiefs
Low
and
blow,
being
low
on the
blow,
Saints?
low
Like
blow.
what are we talking about?
I think he played on at least two
He,
different teams.
he played for the Saints and then he went to the Bills and the Bills cut him. And
Right.
now he's not
Or
on a
whatever.
Low
team.
blow. Low
Right.
blow.
So like
Not really a low blow, but he was
Josh,
crucial
you're
for us in a playoff run.
yeah.
He had one
I'm
playoff
just
run that was he was very instrumental.
just saying what Josh Allen has this year is the equivalent of what other quarterbacks have had previously, and he is not living up to the name of being one of the top quarterbacks in the league when it falls on your shoulders. And thank goodness, if you're a Bills fan, you have James Cook, because Josh Allen isn't getting it done for you this year.
He did set a record or something for rushing touchdowns in this
Yeah,
Who
76
cares?
rushing touchdowns,
Who
but like
cares?
you're a quarterback.
Most of his rushing touchdowns come within 5 yards.
game. Yes.
That
Get
is
some
true.
distance on that. Get some distance on that. Come on now.
Well,
I don't think this Bills
I
team
thought it was going to be a better game being in Pittsburgh. I was like hoping
too much faith in the Steelers.
they would be a little bit more prepared, but you know,
Mike Tomlin is not having a winning record this year.
Let's just look up that schedule then.
one of the many interesting storylines in the NFL.
The only interesting storyline for the Steelers, because that's all they have to look forward to every year.
Yeah. Well,
It's not making the playoffs. It's
Ooh.
can
Idiot
Mike
what
Tomlin.
idiot.
That's a rough,
What do they
rough
got?
way to end the season. They got the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, then the Ravens.
Mm.
2 wins.
What's their record right now?
They'll get one against the Ravens, and they'll beat the Dolphins for sure.
God, what happened to the Ravens this weekend?
Happened.
Oh,
Oh man,
man.
that was ugly.
Ooh,
What happened to the Rams? How are they losing to the Panthers?
because the Panthers are for real, man. They're playing in home turf.
They have a better record than the Chiefs.
They do.
And what did we talk about at the beginning of the season? That the Panthers were going to make the Super Bowl.
You know who has a better
You
record than the
talked about
Chiefs? The freaking Cowboys, dude. The freaking Cowboys, dude.
Only because they have a draw.
This game was so stupid, bro.
This game was
This game was
infuriating.
so stupid.
It
First
was
quarter was amazing. Loved the first quarter, then just went straight poo poo.
I mean, dude, the Chiefs scored 28 points. That's what the second most points we've scored all year.
We scored
Only
half
second
that in the
to
first quarter.
I know, but like only second to 31 points that we put up against the Raiders. It doesn't losing this game doesn't give me any hope necessarily, but I liked what I saw from our offense, especially going down 3 offensive linemen. You lose Trey Smith, who
Yeah.
did not play, and then you lose Jawan and Josh Simmons, and Patrick Mahomes was still able to get it done. I felt like we were running a little bit better concepts instead of running mesh the entire time and the long developing plays that we were talking about. We finally got more slants, more across the field runs to get our speedsters open so that they could make those yards after catch. Travis Kelce had a fantastic game. Checo got involved a little bit. We still kept running the ball with Kareem. Like the offense wasn't the issue for this game. Like we said, the offense was going to have to put up points. The defense let us down. And the reason that happened is we could not get pressure on Dak Prescott. That was the one thing you have to do. We knew the DBs were going to get 8 up all game if Dak Prescott had time, because CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are an absolute nightmare for anyone. Having them on the same team is unfair and cruel punishment to have to sit there and watch if you're a fan of the opposition. It's fun if you're a neutral in that game. But this defensive line is going to be the biggest issue moving forward throughout this season, and could even be a hindrance going into next year.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty clearly the issue. We've been talking about guys that are underperforming. And unfortunately, one of those guys, just got paid. Um,
George.
Nick Bolton hasn't necessarily regressed, but he's like running around like friggin' chicken with his head cut off. Like he's having to cover a lot of ground out there. Like homie's getting his cardio on defense.
He's covering too many positions because the D line is giving it up. Yes.
I did like what I saw out of Chris Jones in this game a lot more than I have in previous weeks. He was a man on a mission for the most part for most of this game, getting in the backfield a lot more, seeing him a lot more
But
active.
we're ineffective elsewhere, and it's still
Yes,
not like every play with him. I know that would be extremely difficult, but like it's not. Chris Jones can't be the only thing that like is working for you, you know? Like at this point in his career, he's probably still like a main piece, but like
he
he needs
needs the
help.
pieces around him to do
He needs
something.
help.
I'm
We got
wondering
he
at
needs
this
just a
point.
little bit of help, just a little bit of help.
He can't wreck the game by himself. Like
I don't. There's not many defensive linemen that can. Obviously, you've
yes,
got
there have been, and he
you've
was
got
once
some
near
that
there.
can.
He was once
Sure.
near there, honestly, and but like he's also had better
Oh,
pieces with him. Like we've had
that's what I'm saying. If
better
you're going to be
defensive
double or
lines.
triple team, guys have to be able to win one on ones. That's just inevitable. I'm sitting here going thinking maybe Spags needs to change up the scheme. We're
Something
clearly
because
we're
yeah, I
clearly
mean,
ineffective with a
Or
forefront.
you know what? Maybe Spags needs to get hired in New York again.
I think it's a personnel issue more than it is a coaching issue, obviously. But if we're unable to be effective with a forefront, you do also have to be able to shift if you're the coach. Why are we not going to a three? Why are we not going to a 3-4 instead of sticking at the 4-3? It's because we're so afraid of the run that we don't have. That means that Leo Chanel gets to be out on the field a little bit longer. But do we not have another linebacker that we can plug in at the 4 spot? We've got Bassa from Oregon, who is a fantastic linebacker with tons of speed, which allows Leo Chanel to be that fourth guy on the line whenever you need to bring pressure. We need to move away from the 3 front if our defensive line is going to be so ineffective. That let's go to a 3 front and let's maybe run one of the outside linebackers at that rushing position when we need it to happen, and that also allows us
it
to be
would
able to
be
stop the run.
it would be Leo.
Exactly. But some sort of shift needs to happen. It also allows us a little bit extra coverage when we're going against a team like the Cowboys, who have so many different weapons in CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. Let's not forget Jake Ferguson, who's one of the best tight ends in the league right now, if not the best tight end in the league right now. With his ability to get open and catch highly contested passes. Maybe you would give that to Brock Bowers of the Raiders, and I wouldn't argue that either. But Jake Ferguson has been one of the best this season, and so there's got to be going into the final. Was it 5 games left? We've got 5 games left. You have to win all of them, every single one of them. Maybe there's got to. We've seen the offense be able to be effective. We know the Cowboys, at least secondary, isn't that good, but we were able to manage. We can keep a team to scoring 21 or less points, we can win the game. That's been the consensus throughout the season. Keep them to 21 or under. Got to be able to make shifts.
Now, how much do you think this would have been different if we didn't get all those pass interference calls on our cornerbacks in this game? Because there were a lot. Some I agreed with, some I did not agree with. But as we've seen from this whole entire week and the previous 13 weeks, refs are not good.
Refs aren't good.
What is the pass interference that we're going to be calling here?
I don't
Because
agree with the calls. I don't like
You
them.
could have CD and George hand fighting the whole entire time, and the last second you're going to throw a flag on that.
I, I don't like it. We've talked about it a lot.
It's also just super annoying when both your wide receivers are doing like arms up after every play. Like on on uh I guess Trent McDuffie had a few called on him, but like one of them, like CeeDee Lamb is like pushing away as Trent McDuffie is like trying to reach by him and like go towards the ball. Like I don't understand how you call who's interfering on who there if like both of them are like battling. And then the one the commentators kept calling a pick play or whatever, like our or no, I guess this is on the other side of the ball. The offensive pass interference, that shit pissed me off. Because our wide receiver has to be able to run his route. Like the fact that their guy ran into the guy covering our receiver is like I cannot believe that was thrown a penalty.
It's bad. It's really bad. We've been talking about it all season. It's not just for the Chiefs, and we've been was it benefiters? We've benefited highly from penalties over previous years. You look back at it and like, yeah, if you want to go in and what a lot of people have done, especially last season, was well, the Chiefs are getting the ones that are most crucial, benefiting them. And so, yeah, in this game, the ones that were most crucial to extend drives to figure it out, the Cowboys got. In the same vein, we also know that the refs are bad. You know that they're going to call really bad penalties. You don't know who it's going to be on. There were a lot of missed holding calls on the Chiefs' offensive line. There was a lot of missed penalties around the game. At the end of the day, the Chiefs had 10 and the Cowboys had 7. It wasn't like it was a massive matchup differential of how many penalties were actually called. And the more the focus needs to be around, what didn't you do to win the game? And there were way more things that the Chiefs didn't do to win the game than it was falling on the refs being an issue in this.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's 100% the refs' fault at all, but like, why are we watching this football if it's this bad over and over again? I know you can't get them all right, but man, it's just so bad.
It'd be nice for the NFL to figure it out. We've talked about this extensively even a few segments ago. Like the refs are just bad, and you have to work around it. You know that they're going to give you bad calls, so don't put yourself in a position to get the call. That's one of the biggest pieces. Don't put yourself in position to get the call.
I will say with all like I think we say this with a lot of Chiefs losses, to kind of justify us like still being good, but we were we were pretty close to winning this game. Two almost turnovers on that final drive. We almost had it.
What a play from Cavante Turpin.
We
What a
and
play.
Nick Bolton's gotta get one of these, man. Blind Squirrel's gonna finally catch a nut one of these times,
This is gonna
dude.
fall right into his hands, man.
I
And he's still going to drop it.
well, it's I my dog was sleeping peacefully on the ottoman in front of me, and when that fumble happened, I yelled balls out like so loud. She like she ran and she startled, ran into the other room and like sneaked back into the like I scared the shit out of her. I felt very bad. But we were so close. Like the defense almost put us back in position to win the game.
I like the heart from the defense at the end there. almost got it back, just wasn't enough in the end. And I think that could be what it looks like for the end of this season. Like I said, we've got to go 5-0, and our remaining schedule, I mean, it's not out of question. Our
It's
toughest game
doable.
of the remaining five is up next. Sunday Night Football against the Texans.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, you have to take it week by week. We've got to go 1-0 every single week, but we start with the Texans. We do get the Chargers, and we've got an update here. Justin Herbert did undergo surgery today for his fractured left hand, his non-throwing hand. Uh, per the Chargers right now, Herbert's return to play is considered day to day. His status for Monday's game against Philly will be determined later on in the week. It's his non-throwing hand. I would be surprised if he doesn't come back, but
If Aaron
obviously that
Rodgers is
is going to
42
be.
years old and play with a broken wrist, Justin Herbert's going to play.
They're also
Maybe
in playoff
Justin Herbert's
contention.
smarter and wants to be like fully healthy before taking a field.
I mean, they're also in playoff contention right now. They are the number 5 seed. If they lose their remaining 5 games, they could be out. Because I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
Trey Lance. Do you have faith in Trey Lance?
No,
Absolutely
I
not.
do. I have faith in
not a
Trey
shot.
Lance to lose them some games and get us back in playoff contention.
So that's absolutely what we need. We need some help there,
Trey
and that can
Lance.
happen. So after the Chargers, we then play the 1-11 Titans. Love that for us. We then play
I don't like that. That's a trap game.
every game's a trap game right now. We then have the Broncos at home. Fantastic game to get revenge. And
Speaking of
then
trap games, I kind of jokingly called the Panthers being a trap game for the Rams.
we finish off the season against the 2-10 Raiders. After the Texans, all of those games are easily winnable, I would say. Easily winnable. Maybe not the Broncos easily winnable, but they could have the division locked up at that point. So who knows? They could be resting on their laurels at that point, and I would love that. But the hardest game, absolutely upcoming, is the Texans, and I expect that to probably be a low scoring game. Is even
And is
even though our
that
defense. Go ahead.
is that at Arrowhead?
It is at Arrowhead Sunday Night
Thank
Football.
God. We are terrible on the road this year.
We are.
Most of these games are at home, by the way. 3 of our remaining 5 are at home. We've got the Texans at home, we've got the Chargers at home, we have the Broncos at home.
The
Only
important ones,
the
okay.
only the Titans and the Raiders are away,
The
and the
important
Raiders
ones.
game is basically home anyways.
Arrowhead West.
You know what
Sweet.
makes this even harder for Patrick and the offensive line is Josh Simmons is going to be probably out for the rest of the year.
Josh
Jalen
Simmons is
Moore can do
definitely
it.
out,
Jalen Moore can do it.
dislocated and broken. That's also given
Who they
is
fire?
Juwan Taylor back. It's also
I
given
don't.
is Juwan Taylor back. If Juwan
Taylor
Taylor's
may not be
not
back.
back,
They just brought up what essay from the practice squad. Is that his
yeah,
name?
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't
You
know
don't
who
know
you're
who
talking about.
essay Polar?
Regardless, if Juwan
That's a
Taylor's out,
Somebody wrote their essay.
we're talking
essay
about
Polar.
Jalen Moore starting at left tackle and then or right tackle, depending on where it is that Wanya Morris is more comfortable at. We saw Wanya Morris playing left tackle in this game against the Cowboys, so that's likely what the
There was some
situation
good,
will
some
entail.
bad, but the some bad was still apparent.
And it's against the Texans defensive line. I don't like
I
that.
don't. Yeah.
Don't like the odds in that, but could we be able to walk away with a win there? We've already talked about Pittsburgh's schedule coming up. We see 2 possible wins out of that, or excuse me, potentially 3 possible wins because they do play the Browns in there. Potentially 3 wins, one against the Ravens, the Browns, and then they also have the Dolphins. That would not be great, but it wouldn't be detrimental because they are also 6-6. Houston coming
Dolphins
up.
are a frisky team. Dolphins are a frisky trap game.
Also coming up for the Texans, who are up above us by 1 game. We do play them, so we can get back to even and have the head-to-head. After us, they have the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Colts. So not a very difficult schedule for them. We do absolutely need that win. Pittsburgh is 2 games behind Jacksonville. They'll also have the Ravens battling there. I'm not too worried about them with their schedule. That leaves us the Bills, who have the head-to-head on us. They also have a remaining schedule of the Bengals, the Patriots, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Jets. So there are some games that they can definitely lose out of that, and don't count the Bengals out at all.
Bengals are frisky. They're going to be trying to play spoiler right now.
We also talked about Indianapolis and how their remaining schedule is incredibly tough. Could see them losing all of their remaining games to finish the season, especially if they have to bring Anthony Richardson in.
That would
And
be hilarious.
then, not to forget, you've also got the Chargers, who play the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Broncos, and us in the mix of that as
That's all
well.
losses right there for the Chargers, man.
That could be incredibly tough games, especially if you're missing Justin Herbert. So we're not mathematically out of it, but if we lose this week, we will be. Have to win 5 in a row. There's nothing from the Chiefs that has instilled confidence in me that we can get it done. But for some reason, I can't count us out.
I've seen what we've done in previous years. I have faith. This is gonna happen. We're gonna make the playoffs.
And I mean,
Chiefs
if you sneak in the wild card, if you sneak in the wild card, you don't want to see the Chiefs, bro. You don't want to see
it's the
Chiefs.
last team you want to see in the playoffs.
You don't want to see the Chiefs, bro.
The Bills
really need
that's
some
the
change.
That's the scariest looking 7 seed you've ever seen in your life.
The Bills are really hoping that we don't make the playoffs this year, because then this would be their one chance to actually do something and win the Super Bowl. But if we do make the playoffs, they're screwed.
The only problem that we have there, gentlemen, that I will say is, if we get in as the number 1 seed, the team that we'll have to face, or excuse me, the 7 seed, the team that we would have to face, who's currently the number 1 seed, is Denver. Could potentially be New England. There's obviously some shifting and changing that can happen, but those are the 2 teams at the top right now.
You don't play the 1 seed like right away. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. 1 seed does get a bye, so we would play, but we could play either one of those 2.
I'd feel pretty good about our chances against New England.
Going up against the schedule,
yeah, against New England, would not be afraid of that.
I mean, honestly,
going up against Denver for a 3rd time, not a fan of, especially in Mile High.
Yeah, but it's doable.
Very doable.
It's doable.
They almost lost to the Commies. It is doable.
Almost lost.
They also almost lost to us. They did not.
They will next time.
I hope so. There's a lot of changes. They've got to make some changes going into week 14. Like I said, Sunday Night Football against the Texans. Got to go 5-0. Can't leave it up to. We'll have to leave it a little bit up to fate, but
yeah,
six wins.
We do not
get us into the playoffs.
Our own destiny, but we need teams like the Dolphins to beat teams that they should lose to.
Somebody call up Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fun NFL. Where's he gonna go? You want him back on the Dolphins?
Literally every team that is playing against the team that we need to lose.
Yeah, okay.
Just have him play for all of them. Have him pull a Josh Dobbs.
Okay, bud.
Pick him?
Yeah, pick him. How'd we do this week? There will be a sole winner after tonight's Monday Night Football game.
Oh. Is it me?
It will either be you or it will be me. Sean, shocker, will come in last place yet again. Yet again.
Quit picking first, dude.
Sean has 6 wins through the week so far. He has chosen with you. You guys have taken the Pats to cover at 7.5 points against Jabu and the Giants.
It's not Dart.
I don't think Jackson Dart is Jackson Dart playing this week.
Yeah,
I didn't think he cleared
the graphic. The graphic was Jackson Dart.
He's playing. He's
starting way off
Jackson
on that.
Dart standing next to Drake May.
Good for him. Okay, I did not think he was back yet.
But he doesn't know.
I don't pay attention to a team that's automatically eliminated. My bad. That's even less exciting for your guys' Pats to cover 7.5.
That was your doppelganger as the coach over there, man. Did you just stop caring about him whenever he got fired?
Yeah, dude, big dabble guy. Bring him in as our OC.
Please.
Sean has won 6 games against the spread so far this week. Tybo and I are sitting at 9-6 with a game to go, and Tybo and I are on opposite sides of this. So there
Let's
will
go.
be
Hey, if I
a
win,
winner.
I'll be tied with you, like
Very
overall.
good, Tybo. Very
Yeah,
good.
guy knows math. I can do
Dude,
1+1 and 1-1.
I'm gonna hit you really hard next time I see you.
I don't believe
You'll
you.
forget it by then.
I'm gonna hit you really hard in the
You
shoulder.
You're gonna
definitely
forget
will
so
not
fast.
remember.
I'm gonna hit
You're
you.
gonna forget 5 minutes after we end this recording.
I'm I'm gonna hit you so hard next time I see you in person.
I don't
You're a
believe you.
troll. You're a troll.
I don't believe you.
Somebody's got to pay the troll toll
And
to
it's
To
you.
get where? To get
get
where?
in this boy's hole. Oh. Do you
Join
watch
us.
Always
What
Sunny
he's
like
saying.
that?
I disavow what he's
Talk
saying.
about
I have seen that scene. I've seen bits and pieces, episodes here and there.
it's a good show, dude.
Check it out.
If you want to see like how not to live your life.
I've seen enough of it to know it is not my cup of tea.
Boo, you don't know comedy.
He doesn't know cricket. He doesn't know ball. He doesn't
Yeah,
know
dude.
comedy.
He does. I mean,
What do I know?
you're
You
uninformed.
guys,
Just
you guys
generally
tell me what I do know.
You're generally
Nothing.
uninformed.
I don't
I
think
guess
you
you
know
know how
anything,
to
man.
smoke meat.
He knows cigars.
Cigars?
That's two things.
Whiskeys.
Eh.
Wow,
Sorry. No, you're right.
disrespectful.
You're right.
Join us here at the end of the week as we look forward to Week 14. We're almost to your fantasy football playoff. Sean is going to be back, giving you startums and situms that you must have in order to make it. If you're on the verge, if you're on the bubble, you need to be paying attention to Sean. He's going for third week in a row,
Your
trying
record for
to
the
Possibly
year.
fading him.
no, you're matching the record for the year. You're trying to make a record.
Start Bryce Young. Start who else? Tyrone Tracy. Start Xavier Legette. Start Theo Johnson. Good start
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do the exact same lineup Ty Bob did.
See how
This
that'll
is
work
gonna
out for you,
show.
bro.
It's gonna work.
Just
this
hey,
way.
can you put Mason Taylor on the bench, please?
As a sit 'em,
Yeah.
I got you.
Thanks.
We'll see.
All right.
Till next time, go
Go
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.